Don't ask me anything about production or the music scene. I know about babies and Waiheke. You know how you have those like The Secret, those cheesy like visualization things. Well, I've done heaps of that stuff, and I used to sit down and visualize what I wanted from my life, and it was to live on Waiheke, work from my little shed at home, have a veggie garden, and have my little kid running around and make beats. You know, I always figured myself sitting there on my computer just making beats, and I had no idea what sort of beats I'd be, but it was just making beats, and that's where I'm at now, which is awesome. And so I'm just thinking, okay, how do I keep this for, because I know it's shelf life isn't forever. And so, yeah, that's why I've got to get clever and put sort of my business hat on, and not that I've got one, but look for one.
Well, you've done all right so far, though.
The tunes that you're making day to day, are they being released somehow by a label and going on to Beatport or whatever?
Yeah, everything I make these days is getting released.
Okay. So have you got a set of labels that you go through?
I actually, like, it kind of depends on the tune. I don't have like a lot of artists have all these labels they send stuff to, but it's mainly with the Minwi one, for instance. They're releasing it themselves. I've given a couple to Tiki, a couple of my newer ones to Tiki, and he's like holding them for his album. Other artists have wanted me to write beats for them to put on their album, and anything that doesn't get picked up I just will release through my own label. And so I've set up Optimus Gryme Recordings, which is just digital. Well, not just, it's digital, but I've done a couple of vinyl releases as well, but they're just like 100 units sold through New Zealand type thing. And then but so I'm just wanting to put all my music through OG Recordings, but also try and get some of New Zealand stuff producers out as well. So I've got a release coming up in 3 weeks from a girl called Alexis K from Wellington, and she makes real orchestral dubstep, which has still got that real kind of gangster nod. So it's kind of epic and orchestral, but it's still, head noddy. Real stoner music. So I'm releasing a 4-track EP from her, and then in March releasing a two tracks from these guys called Medic Tune down in Christchurch. I'm making sick tunes. They 2 guys from jazz school, and they're making, like, the best I can describe it is take Burial and put some sort of bigger kicks, bigger snares, less kind of more on the halftime. Kind of more actual dubstep production, heavier production. And then after that I'm releasing another EP from Organicismness, he's doing a side project called Subversion, and it's kind of like mellow dubstep, and then putting out a compilation called Altered All Dubstep All Stars in May, and it's got Tiki and Bulletproof and Mount Eden, basically anyone that's doing dubstep in New Zealand and getting well known for it. So that was the main reason I set up the label, was to put out my own stuff, but just because all these artists were flicking me music and it was so damn good, and I was like, oh, well, I'll put it out then. And so it's easy for me to just, because I got those distribution channels sorted out, to just put it up, and then some of them are getting like from the tunes off my album. I did collab with Truth and Harry from Organicismness and Billy. I'm able to send them money, and they're stoked. It's not heaps, but every sort of couple of months they get a check, and they're like, oh, sweet.
It's a recognition you're getting something out of it.
Yeah, it's like, go buy your feed.